Right now, while you watch this, the money in your savings account is worth less than it was when you woke up this morning. Nobody took it. There was no crash. And the account doing it to you is the exact one you trust the most. Here's what almost no one tells you. The safest feeling money habit in the world is quietly one of the most expensive. And the more disciplined you are about it, the more it can cost you. Stay with me, because about halfway in, there's a single moment that will explain why doing everything right left you feeling stuck. Meet Sam, someone exactly like you. Not reckless, careful, painfully careful. And that is exactly the trap. You've lived this moment. Someone told you about a way to make your money grow, nothing crazy, and you felt a small pull of maybe, then a much bigger pull of no. Too risky. Better to keep it safe. And keeping it safe felt like the responsible, grown-up thing to do. Sam did exactly that last spring. A friend showed him something that could have grown his savings. Sam listened, nodded, and left every dollar right where it was. Safe, still. For a whole year, that number sat on his screen like a trophy. But a number that isn't moving isn't standing still, it's sinking. You just can't see it because of a glitch in the way the brain reads money. In 1997, psychologist Eldar Shafir with economist Peter Diamond and Amos Tversky named it in the Quarterly Journal of Economics, money illusion. We judge money by the number on the screen, the nominal amount, instead of what that number can actually buy. And the number lies. In 2026, the average U.S. savings account pays about 0.38%. At the biggest banks, 0.01%. $10,000 earns you a single dollar in a year. Meanwhile, prices rise around 3%. A dollar from the year 2000 now needs to be about $1.90 to buy the same thing. Cash sitting since 2020 has already lost roughly 22% of its power. So Sam's trophy was melting the entire time. Every proud, untouched month he was quietly getting poorer and calling it discipline. Now be honest about why you don't move it. It isn't that you sat down and decided to keep it there. It's that moving it feels like an action, and leaving it feels like nothing, neutral, no risk. That feeling of nothing is the most expensive illusion in your financial life. Every time Sam thinks about doing something with the money, his brain runs one image on a loop the moment it drops. So he does the thing that feels like not choosing. He leaves it, and leaving it feels clean because as far as he can tell, nothing happened. But something did happen. Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky showed why we're wired this way. In their 1992 work on prospect theory, they put a number on it. A loss aversion coefficient of about 2.25, the canonical estimate. A loss hits roughly 2.25 times harder than an equal gain feels good. So a possible $100 loss screams, and a likely $200 gain barely whispers. And here's the trap inside the trap. The account lets Sam dodge the loud, visible loss he's terrified of by locking him into a silent, certain one he'll never feel. He didn't escape the risk. He just picked the version with no alarm bell. Doing nothing was the decision. It was only ever the one quiet enough to feel like safety. And here's the moment I promised you. The one that reframes everything, because guarding that money isn't free, even when you never spend a cent of it. The constant low hum of is it enough, am I okay, what if that hum has a price, and it's charged straight to your mind. Sam thinks the worry is just what being responsible feels like. It isn't. It's a tax on his thinking. In 2013, in the journal Science, Researchers Anandi Mani, Sendil Mulanathan, Eldar Shafir, and Jiayung Zhao studied 464 sugarcane farmers in India, testing them when money was tight and again when it wasn't. Same people. When money pressure filled their minds, their measured performance dropped by the equivalent of about 13 IQ points, close to what you'd lose after a full night without sleep. Now those farmers faced real scarcity. Sam faces something quieter. A scarcity mindset, the feeling of never enough, even with money in the bank. But the research points the same direction. When your attention gets captured by financial fear, the quality of your thinking falls. And that's the cruel loop. The anxiety that drives Sam to clutch every dollar is the very same anxiety making him worse at every decision he makes about those dollars. He refreshes the app. Same number, same relief, same slow bleed. So ask yourself the question Sam never quite lets himself finish. What is it all for? There's a someday in your head. The trip, the room to breathe, the year it finally feels like enough. And every month you protect the number, someday drifts 1 month further out of reach. Sam is saving for a version of himself who lives permanently just over the next hill. He's been walking toward that guy for years. He never gets any closer. UCLA psychologist Hal Hershfield studies what he calls future self-continuity. His work found that most of us relate to our own future self almost like a stranger. And the weaker that connection, the harder it is to act for that future person in a balanced way. We either ignore them completely or we sacrifice everything to them. Sam is doing the second one, handing his entire present to a stranger on a hill guarding a fund labeled later while the person actually alive tonight refreshing the app postpones his whole life to protect a number that's shrinking anyway. They didn't buy freedom. They built a waiting room. And Sam has been sitting in it for years. Here's what turns the whole thing inside out. Saving was never the enemy. Look again at everything that hurt Sam. The melting dollar, the frozen fear, the mental tax, the stranger on the hill. Not one of them came from saving money. Every single one came from what the money did while it sat there, nothing, and what the fear did while he guarded it, everything. A pile of cash losing value isn't a safe, it's a slow leak with a lock on it. And you chose that leak not because it was smart, but because it was the only loss quiet enough to never scare you. But a leak you can finally see is a leak you can close. The goal was never to collect dollars in a jar, it was to buy back your choices, your time. That version of you on the hill, you were never meant to chase him. You were meant to become him. Sam doesn't need to gamble, he just needs to stop calling fear safety, and so do you. If this changed how you see the money sitting still in your account, watch the one on why your brain treats your future self like a total stranger. It's the hidden reason someday never arrives. It's in the playlist below. And be honest in the comments. Keeping every dollar safe. Is that real caution? Or just fear with better branding?